Did you know that there is one major factor holding number 1 back from fulfilling its life purpose? Whether you possess this number yourself or know someone who does, this video will help you understand the personality traits and weaknesses of number 1, empowering you to harness its full potential. Number 1 corresponds with the sun, so people with this number have a natural gift of lighting up their surroundings with their energetic and optimistic appearance. Like we are drawn to the sun and want to spend time in the sun, we also enjoy spending time with people who have this number. Number 1 represents the element of fire. A person with this number has a strong source of energy within themselves, which give them incredible drive, confidence, and winner mentality. It's a number of huge ambitions and brilliant ideas. People with number 1 love to be adored and celebrated by others, and they often like luxury. They want prestige and a hedonist lifestyle of flow and ease. They love to be complimented, and they can also be great at complimenting others as well. If they experience any kind of failure, it can be hard for them to deal with. That also implies that it is difficult for them to receive any kind of critique or to be corrected by others. If they're in an argument, they can stick to the statement they have made solely to avoid being the loser of the argument. Their winner mentality kicks in and they are very competitive. In case they lose in an argument, a game, or a contest, they tend to be really bad losers. As I mentioned before, any kind of defeat or failure is really hard for a person who is represented by number 1. The reason for that is that they have incredible high standards and expectations for themselves, so they can't stand when their reality doesn't match their vision about themselves. People with number 1 are great achievers, and they are destined to be seen and heard, and to stand strong as an individual and be a pioneer, able to come up with creative and innovative ideas. I would love to get some feedback on how these descriptions resonate with you, so please let me know in the comments. People with number 1 can have a highly intelligent mind and can be quite lucky. Let me rephrase that. They can be really gifted in terms of experiencing luck and synchronicity. As promised, I am offering one free personal reading to one of my viewers. To participate, you need to add your birthday to your comment. And remember to like the video, as the winner will be announced once the video hits 50 likes. Number 1 is all about being number 1. They want to be the very best at what they do and can take perfectionism to the extreme. If I should map out my entire outer energy, which is from my birthday, it would look like this. And while I don't expect you to understand this, I think it's pretty obvious to see how much of number 1 I have. While commitment to perfection may seem admirable, it can also be the primary obstacle hindering their success. One reason for this is their difficulty in accepting feedback or criticism, which leads them to be a solo writer who struggles to collaborate effectively with others. Additionally, they may struggle to delegate tasks as they lack trust in others' ability to solve the task as well as they can do it themselves. These tendencies can significantly impede their progress toward achieving their life purpose, which I will get further into later in this video. Their greatest life lesson is to dare to let go of control, but because of their perfectionism, it is not necessarily easy for them to delegate tasks. They are skilled businessmen and great leaders who have a huge inner drive, so they often choose an entrepreneurial path in life or occupy a leading position within a company. In general, they prefer to give orders rather than receiving them. They also like to work smart rather than hard. They have a strong personality, and others might blame them for having a big ego, being arrogant, or even narcissistic, but they need those traits in order to do what they were meant to do. which is to be pioneers who have the confidence and drive to lead others. When number 1 is out of balance and the energy is too strong, they become selfish, childish, and narcissistic. They can also tend to be too superficial. But when the energy is too weak, they experience lots of failure in life, which is truly hard for them, as I mentioned earlier. They can get a feeling of having lost their way, and they become lazy and suffer from bad self-esteem and low energy. If number 1 has lost its inner light through trauma and failure, it's important for them to find a way to light it again. For instance, through healing or changing their name so they don't keep attracting these negative things into their lives. Whether you experience your numbers from a balanced or imbalanced perspective depends on your overall chart and how you use your numbers. But in general, the more imbalanced numbers you have in your chart, the more difficult it is to stick to the positive aspects of all your numbers. The life purpose of number 1 is to gain personal freedom. They need to have personal freedom in order to focus on their creativity so they can use their intelligent and innovative mind. They also need to take advantage of their great leadership skills so they can delegate tasks and stay focused on smart work, as I mentioned earlier. Make sure to watch my videos about the numbers from 2 to 9 to understand how number 1 is different from those.